Okay, y'all. We have our puppy, and let me tell you, when we put a halter and a leash on him, he was so happy to go outside. So he is going to love Hazel's little yard. Now, I think the biggest challenge that we're going to have, he was really whining and carrying on. And when I put him in Hazel's little carrier, it's a little bit too small for him. But he had to go in there because he was trying to get all over the place. He ran across me. He got up in the window. He was on the other side. You know, you can't drive like that, not safely. So he couldn't just be in his harness and connected to the seatbelt. That wasn't going to work. And at first he was whining and scratching on the carrier, and so, you know, I don't want to baby talk him. In fact, as soon as I just started talking to him in a normal voice, just like this, he settled right down. And he's not asleep, but he's very calm. So, oh, by the way, my GPS a few minutes ago said there's a speed trap up ahead. Man, that's nice. If for no other reason, I mean, people shouldn't be speeding, but if they are and you're behind them and they see a cop, what does everybody do? Boom, they put their brakes on. So that was kind of cool. And but anyway, this little guy, all dogs that get rescued, unless they were an owner release, that's not the right word, surrender. Unless they're an owner surrender, then they have to give them a name. And it's temporary. You know, you can change your dog's name. You just say their name, give them a treat. Back up, call them, give them a little treat. They learn pretty quickly. Hazel, man, she caught on to her name right off the bat. But, so the name, they give all these little animals, usually even cats. Now, some rescue groups, actually not rescue groups, but, you know, animal shelters. Now, our San Diego County animal shelter, they give their little animals, even their chickens and their hamsters, and so they give them names, but some shelters don't do that. But you have to have something to identify them with. Well, this little guy, they named him after a cafe in Mexico, and it's called Lestat. No, we can't keep that, y'all. And I asked them, does he have to keep that name? And she said, no, we just have to give him something for, you know, to identify them with. So, we were talking about it, and, you know, I wanted him to have something that was not, you know, doggy, like Rover or Grover or Fido, you know, And we decided on Sebastian. We like that. Don't we, Sebastian? Yeah, he likes that name. It's a little, you know, a little bit sophisticated. Now, He has, this rescue always gives the pup a new collar and a leash. Well, before I realized what, his little gig was going to be here, trying to walk all over the van, I asked them for a halter, and the girls said that their animal, I don't know, supervisor, behavioralist, or something like that. Anyway, she's pretty important. And she said that it's not good. I think that's a big bathtub on top of that truck. It is. It's one of those jacuzzi bathtubs. I hope they have that thing, buttoned down. But the lady said that they're not used to having a halter on, and they're not used to having a collar on, or usually they're not used to being walked with a collar and a leash or a harness. And she said, I woke up really early this morning. She said that if they don't want to walk, they just put their brakes on. You know how sometimes, like Mariah loves to do that, but they can slip out of their harness. But they gave me one because I wanted to hook him securely, which I could not do. Sebastian wasn't having that. I think he's taking a little nap now. That's good. So, but I asked them for one and they gave me one, and I'm glad, because I want to teach him to walk with a halter on. And it's not a great big bulky one. It's not as thin as I like, but hey man, it was free. But there's two things. The most important thing, besides getting Sebastian used to his new home, I wish I could take him straight to the cottage, but I can't, is to get him potty trained. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure he's not, unless he actually lived in a home and was potty trained by them, and he either escaped and ran off. Oh my gosh, no. Not only do I not have any face on, I can't keep my mouth shut. So anyway, that is of utmost importance. And I'm going to try right away to potty train him to go outside. Miss Hazel has a nice potty area out there, and I almost covered it up with ground cover, and I'm glad I didn't. So that's it for Mr. Sebastian. I thought he might be this little lethargic guy, but Miss Hazel was still very active when she was that young. Oh my gosh. So anyway, that, y'all can say a little prayer about that. It's been a long time since I've potty trained a little dog. I was working on it. Now, Hannah, or Cherry, she was potty pad trained, and we were working on going outside. But it's better, if you can, to train him right off the bat to go outside. So we're going to work on that. Right, Sebastian? He's not saying anything. I think he's taking a nap. So anyway, he's a little different than I just thought he wasn't, you know, going to have very much energy or whatever. No. Poor Mariah. Ever since Terry has had her, he got her back in June of 2014. And I know that because I found her paperwork. And ever since then, she has, I mean, literally been a lap dog. She just, he's got a little doggy bed and she sits in his lap 99% of the time. So I don't know what this peppy little guy, and no, we were not going to call him Peppy or Frankie. I think Sebastian is a nice, dignified name. And y'all can let me know what you think when I put his picture up. I was going to try to put it up on the community tab while I was waiting, but because I had an appointment to pick him up at 9 o'clock, and it was like 8 when I got there. And I won't fall asleep, you guys, don't worry. But they weren't busy, so you know, we got right in, got out. We were well on our way home by 9 o'clock. It's 9:24 right now, and we're not far. So I regret that we can't go straight home, because that is going to delay us the rest of the day and the night and part of tomorrow, starting our potty training, because we'll be at Terry's. So thank goodness he's got all wood floors too, in case, you know, he has an accident. Yeah. And I told you in a previous video that Mariah uses puppy grass thing that we got her for out there. And I need to order her some more, because people were not washing it. I mean, you need to wash that thing out every couple of days. And it's just the right size that you put it on top of a puppy pad, and then it's not leaking everywhere, and you can fold it up and take it right to the bathtub and give it a good cleaning. And I'm going to get Terry some of that enzyme stuff, because that kills the bacteria. But anyway, y'all, I'm telling you, I went from being just almost a total couch potato into, I have so much to keep me busy that I could use an extra pair of hands. Woo! We got a little whirlwind going right here. Oh, they've already got the strawberries planted. I've always wanted to go out there, because they'll give you little baskets and you go out there in the field and you pick your own. And that always reminded me of when I was a little girl, and we would go over to a neighbor had a farm, and we would go over there and we would watch him milk his cows by hand and squirt milk so the cats could drink it, and pick strawberries. He had a huge strawberry patch. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, you know, back before they started using all this like insecticides and all that stuff on fruits and vegetables, Oh, you could just pick your stuff right out of the, out of the garden, and maybe wipe it off a little and just put it right in your mouth. Now, strawberries, they're not easy to do that. So us kids, we didn't know any better. We would just pick them and pop them and throw the caps off on the ground. And man, they were the best, sweetest strawberries. They did not need any sugar. And coming from a sugarholic like myself, that's saying something. But anyway, I guess my voice is just boring enough. It's boring to me that it put little Sebastian right to sleep. So, there was another video that I wanted to do for y'all regarding nutrition. Now, I have not in any way, shape, or form, and y'all know that, turned into a nutritionist. But I'm going to tell you.
In 2 miles, take exit 52 for Oceanside Boulevard.
Well, thank you. And I get a lot more fruit, and so far I have only put spinach. Now, Terry and I are going to practice. Do you know that man has a Vitamix? That thing could chew up my car. That little car is plaid. Oh my gosh, I have never seen that before. Anyway, that Vitamix could chew up my van and make chain link fence. I'm serious. But anyway, we're going to do some experimenting. And I know this little truck, thank you, gonna let me over. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to let you go, and we're too close to home for me to do another video. So, you guys, you know I love you, and I want you to stay safe, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye now.